Halloween 3, Season of the Witch is not a terrible film, but I didn't really enjoy it. This was released in 1982. It's directed by Tommy Lee Wallace, written by Wallace and Nigel Kneale, and we have a cast including Tom Atkins, Stacey Nelkin, Dan O'Herlihy, Michael Currie, and various others. And credit where it's due, the performances are good, the characters are reasonably well written, the pacing of the mystery is good. But I don't think the story was that well executed, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But the real issue I have with this is that it doesn't feel like the first two Halloween films. It's completely separate, and that means that fans of the first two Halloween films may not like this kind of narrative. You go into a third film in a series expecting something that at least feels a little similar, and it just doesn't. It has a completely different feel to it. So if you like the first two films, that doesn't mean you're going to like this. You might, of course, but similarly, people who don't like the first two films might actually enjoy this third film, but chances are they're not going to bother checking it out, because why would you? If you don't like the first two films, why would you watch the third film? So I feel like it just wasn't the right decision. If they wanted to tell this story, they shouldn't have done it under the Halloween umbrella. I don't think that was a very good decision. The story itself, judging it on its own, it's not well executed. The pacing is fine, but I just didn't think it worked very well. It's about these Halloween masks that cause a lot of problems. There's a bit more substance to it than that, but I obviously don't want to give away too much of the mystery, but it revolves around these masks and the dangers of them, and I just don't think it was a well-written story. Yes, the pacing was fine. We didn't find out too much too soon, but as we did find things out, I just didn't find it to be that interesting. And it's not that the concept itself isn't very good, because I actually think it is quite an interesting concept, but the execution just didn't work very well at all. And as I said, it also feels very, very different to the first two films. Not just because we're telling a different story with different characters, but I think the style of storytelling, the pacing, this one seems to have a lot more action in it, which is not a criticism of the narrative itself. It just feels very different. The atmosphere is very different, and I feel like the audience is going to be very different. Obviously, that's not to say a person can't enjoy all three of the Halloween films, but generally speaking, if you like the first two, doesn't guarantee you'll like this, and vice versa. So I think it was a really, really poor decision to tell this story under the Halloween name. I don't think it works very well, and judging it on its own, I don't think it works as well as it could have done. It's watchable, but there are times when the music is really, really annoying. Not all of the time, but sometimes the music was really, really irritating. So in general, I don't think Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is a good film. I don't think it works very well. It's not horrendous, so if you want to check it out, I'd say give it a go. And I guess I can say if you didn't care for the first two Halloween films, you might actually enjoy this. If you loved the first two, just expect something different with this one. I am looking forward to the fourth one. I looked ahead very, very briefly to see what it was about, and I'm pleased to say that the fourth one seems a little bit more promising. And I've seen... Oh, goodness. I don't think I've seen the fourth one before. I might have seen a couple after that. I don't know. I've lost count. Certainly I've seen a couple, but I don't think I've ever seen the fourth one. It didn't ring any bells. So looking forward to that one. I was looking forward to Halloween 3, but it was actually just really disappointing. Both as a follow-on, as in the third film, but also as a film on its own. Taking away that Halloween aspect, it wasn't a decent story. But it is watchable for the most part. So if you're curious, check it out. I guess I recommend it if there's a reason why you want to watch it, but personally, I wouldn't be watching it again.